Hi everyone, I'm Swashni, daughter of Saranamuthu, and I'm currently pursuing Masters of Education in Mathematics. Today, I would like to explain how to create Islamic geometry design with using the app we call Geogebra. And before that, I want to ask you guys, have you seen the Islamic geometry design in the mosque and historical buildings? If you have, then you could have noticed that mostly they are geometry designs. It shows that followers of Islam inserted mathematics elements in Islamic design in those days. And these are the examples of designs in the walls of mosques and historical buildings. Have we thought about it before? How would have they did these designs in those days without any modern technology which we have now? So, for this tutorial, I'm going to show how to design an Islamic geometry using Geogebra. And for that, I have chosen a mosque of Al-Fakahany from Egypt and a design from that mosque to do the design in my tutorial today. So the design is this. So let's be start. So first of all, we have to open GeoGebra. So for that, at Google, at search box, you have to type GeoGebra Classic. And when you search for GeoGebra Classic, these are the options will be pop up, and you'll go for the first one, which is GeoGebra Classic. And then this is what you'll see. First of all, you have to make this axis disappear. So for that, inside here somewhere, just right click and you just untick this show axis. The axis will be disappear. So after the axis are disappear, we are free to draw our polygon now. So first of all, we have to draw a 5 vertices polygon which we call pentagon. So for that, you have to choose this icon and go for regular polygon, and at somewhere here just click. I'll click here at this point. So a point is formed, and you have to draw a segment where you have to click somewhere else again. So I'll click at B over here. The B point will form and this will pop out. So when this pop out, we want a pentagon, so we go for 5 vertices and click OK. And here is our pentagon. So after the pentagon form, now we have to put a midpoint inside the pentagon. So for that, we go for this, click this and go for the midpoint or center, and then somewhere inside the pentagon just click. After you click, the midpoint will appear automatically at the center of the pentagon. So after the midpoint appear, now we have to draw another pentagon using the rotation. So for that, just click this and go for rotate around point. And then click somewhere near the center point and you'll see this one pop up. So after this pop up, you have to change this angle to 180 degree and counterclockwise, which is anti-clockwise, and click OK. So after that, you will see that two pentagons are overlapping like this, and this is the first shape or design that you will see. So these two overlapping pentagon. So after this two overlapping pentagon, then we have to draw a line which is passed through the vertices, the first pentagon's vertices with, with the center point. So the line you draw must pass through the first pentagon's vertices and the center point. So for that, go for this and choose line, and then you have to click the vertices, for example D, and the line formed, and then again click at the center point. So you will get a line which pass through the vertices and also the center point. So repeat this process to all the rest four vertices. Okay, after you draw the vertices which pass through, after you draw the line which pass through the vertices, now we have to mark the vertices for the pentagon number 2. If you see here, the pentagon over here, the vertices are not marked. So for that, we have to select this and go for intersect. And now we have to put a point here, create a point here. How? We want a point here. So for intersection, we have to see which line is intersect. So this black and this brown lines are intersect. So click this black line and the brown line. So when you click, the intersection point will appear. So do the rest, do the same to the rest of the vertices. Click. Okay, after the vertices were marked, you can see there were formed an unnecessary points. So now our work is to make it disappear, make the unnecessary points disappear. So for that, press CTRL and choose the unnecessary points that have formed, and then right click and go for untick the show object, and it will disappear. So after it disappear, now our work is draw segment line inside this pentagon. So for that, before that, I want to make our work easy. So for that, I want to label the vertices over here in number first, in sequence, where it has 10 vertices in these two pentagons. So if you count, I'll start from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So to draw the segments, it's easy if we are referring the points as number. So for draw the segments, you have to choose this and go for segment. And now I start from number 1, which is point number 1. So click this point, this vertices number 1, and then I connect this segment to the vertices number 4. So if you see here, I have skipped the 2 points in between, the 2 vertices in between, then I go for number 4. So this process have to be applied to the other points to draw other segments also, which when you connect, for example, now I start from 4th and I have to skip 2 points, 1, 2, then I connect to the 7th point. So this is what you have to do to draw the segments. So now from 7th, skip 2 points, I'll go for 10th, then 10th I connect with 3rd, 3rd I connect with number 6th, 6th I connect with number 9, 9th I connect with number 2, number 2 I connect with number 5, number 5 I connect with number 8, and number 8 I connect with number 1. So how do we know that we have finished connecting? Where we start from number 1, right? So when we end also, we have to end with number 1. So when you end with number 1, it means we have finished draw the intersect. We have finished draw the segment lines. So after we draw the segment lines, this is the shape, this is the design that you will see. So after that, we have to draw segment points. I mean intersection points in the segments, the segment line. So for that, you have to go for this and go for intersect again. Before that, we make this design a bit big so that easy for us to see. Okay, now you have to choose this and go for intersect. So now I want a intersection point in the segment line, so I want it to be here. So for that, click that segment line and see which line was intersecting and click that line, and then the intersection point will appear. So do that for the right segment line also. So this line intersect with this line, so the intersection point will form. So repeat that to this line also. Okay, this to this, this to this, this to this, then this to this to this to this. Okay, after you formed the draw the intersection points, now we have to draw the parallel lines which pass through the intersection points that we have formed. So for that, choose first the parallel line, click this and go for parallel line. Then click the intersection point and the line that you want it to be parallel. So I want this intersection point to be parallel to this, and then this point to this line. Again, repeat the same process for the others also. Okay, now after you draw the parallel line, repeat, you have to zoom in. I want to zoom in the picture first to make sure you can see well, because inside this we gonna draw the design that we want. Okay, for that now I want to draw a star inside here first. So for that I choose again polygon, go for polygon, then I'll click the intersection points to draw it. So here, here, okay. After we draw the polygon, you can see the star, right? So after that you just right click inside the shape and make sure the name is polygon poly2 and go for the setting and go for color, and you can choose the color that you want. So for our shape we want the center to be blue, so I choose blue. And the opacity is to make it, if you want the color to be darker, so you can adjust it here. So I want to be darker, so I adjust it to be darker. Then go for the next shape. So for that I'll make this shade design a bit small. Okay, now you can see, I guess. Then I'll go for the next shape where we have to choose again polygon and go for polygon, then click this point. I want it to be this shape, so I click this and this. So after that, click inside, right click inside the shape, make sure the name is hexagon poly3 and go for setting, go for color. Again we want a blue color, so we choose the same color. The opacity I'll make it a bit, just a bit darker, so now we can see. Okay, after that we have to untick, make it disappear the unnecessary points here. So for that, click this first and then press CTRL and go for the unnecessary points that we don't want. Just click the points that we don't want. And right click, choose the show object, untick it, and it will disappear. So after it disappear, you want to reflect this shape to all. So before that, to reflect, we want to draw the line first which pass through these vertices and also this center. So for that, go and choose this icon and go for line, and again point and the center, point and the center. So draw this line to all the vertices of the star. Okay, now we can see the lines that have been passed through the vertices. So now we can reflect it. So to reflect it, choose this and reflect about line. Choose the object you want to reflect and choose the line that you want it to be reflect. So choose the line which is passed through the vertices of the star. So I'll choose this so it reflect. Choose the object, choose the line. So repeat this process to get a round, to apply this design to in a round form. Okay, to all. So choose it and apply. Choose it and apply. Choose it and alright. So after that, we go for the next shape. So the next shape, again the same process. Go for polygon. We'll draw first 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now right click inside the shape, make sure the name is hexagon poly 6, then go for setting and choose the color you want, which is I want the color we want is orange, so make sure it's orange, and you can change the opacity. So now after you change the color, we want the same process where we want the unnecessary points to be disappear. So for that, click this first and press CTRL and go for the unnecessary points, which is right click it and go for untick the show object and it will disappear. So after that, we want to reflect this shape again to be a round. So for that, click this and go for reflect about line and click this object, and the line you want it to be reflect is this, and then click this object and then the line you want it to be reflect is this. Click this, click this, click this, click. We cannot see it properly, so for that, before that, I want to make this shape smaller. Alright, now again click this and go for reflect about line and click the shape we want to reflect and then the line, and click the shape and the line, click the shape and the line, click the shape and the line. Okay, now we can see we have formed the shape, the design. So we can see that it's not clear because of the lines, because of the label, because of the point. So now our work is clean all the lines and the points that we don't want. So for that, over here, choose this and go for this and choose object type. Okay, it will be in the order. So for now, we want the lines to be disappear. Okay, we want the lines to be okay. Over here, click here, so it will select all the lines, and at the line, right click and go for untick show object. click again and untick show object. So the lines will be disappear. Then we have to go for the points. So choose all the points. Choose all the points. Right click. Untick the show object. Untick the show label. Again click the show object. Again click the show label. And again unclick the show object. And unclick the show label. So now we'll go for segments. So you have to do the same thing, show object. Okay, so now after the segments are cleared, we can see the design here. So still we haven't get the exact design, because here the pentagon is still appear. So for that, still we want to make the polygon to be disappear. So click the polygon, which is this one, right click and show object, and this polygon, show object, and press CTRL and click, choose this, go for this and go click that and choose these points, right click and show object. Okay, so this is the design that we got, which is similar to the design in Mosque of Al-Fakahany in Egypt. So I hope that this tutorial will be useful and helpful for you guys. Thank you.